Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing Dredge. Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Zorel. Let's get to it. So today we're going through the ending of Dredge, both of them. But before we get to that, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and ring that bell to be notified of all future episodes as soon as they go live. So let's get into it. So as you go along, you're going to be doing the main campaign, and you're going to go through and get the different relics. And as you get each relic, you're going to take it back to the collector. The collector is going to give you a little gee whiz power to go with it. Say, thanks for giving me the relic. Here you go. And you're probably going to end up in the Devil's Spire at the last site of the last relic. So once you get that, which we've gone through in a separate video, you're going to go back to the collector. So we're going to do the easy ending first, or the bad ending, depending on how you look at it. And then we're going to go through the complex ending or the good ending. And it's really bad news either way. Obviously, there's spoilers ahead, so if you don't want to see the ending, don't watch anymore. Come back when you're ready. Otherwise, skip it entirely. All right, so easy ending. You get the last relic. You come back to the collector and you say, hey, I've got this relic that you wanted. Now, unlike the previous relics, he doesn't give you a new power. Where would it go? You can kind of tell from the beginning of playing approximately how many different powers you're going to get based on that weapon wheel or utility wheel that you have, where you have the crab pots and the bait and the haste and the banish, etc., etc. So you back to him and he says, hey, give it to me. And the game warns you, says, hey, once you go past this point, there's not going to be any more saving. Do you really want to do this? So make sure that's what you want to do. Basically, when you come back to it, you'll come back to this point. So even if you do, you're like, well, I don't know if I want to finish it. It's fine. You can go through and you can get the easy ending first. And then it'll come back to this point. You can go ahead and put the relic in storage and then wait until you're ready to do the other ending. Or if you want to do other stuff, you can do that as well. So you don't have to do anything else. You just keep on going and getting your upgrades and whatnot, depending on what you still want to do within the game itself. And of course, you could always start a new game if you so desired. So after you give the final relic, he says, hey, I want to go with you, and we want to go over here to this point, where it all began, so to speak. Collector says, yes, this is the spot, and does the thing, and then we get the ending. So we'll come back after this ending and start with the good ending or complex ending, and we'll see you there. All right, now the only difference between the easy ending and the complex ending is that you have to find the old mare, and in order to find the old mare, you have to go kind of searching around the ports, the hidden ports, the ones that are not on the map, and go around and find out where he's at and talk to him. So you'll talk to him, you'll kind of find out or have an idea of kind of what happened, but more importantly, what you need to do next. So it's not as complicated as, you have to do alternate things while playing the game, while doing those main mission objectives in the different regions of Dredge. But instead of just, straightforward, grab the relic, take it back to the guy, and then get the ending. This way you have to kind of take it a little sidetrack, find out where the old mayor is at and talk to him. And then, of course, he says, you talk to him a little bit, you get some background information, you can see it here. And then once you're completely done, then he'll say, he'll give you where to go and who to talk to next. So there's a couple of steps involved, a couple more steps, I would say, which makes this the more complex. A lot of people say that there's a bad ending and a good ending, but I kind of put quotes around them. The bad ending, as you saw, spoiler, you might want to skip ahead a few seconds. The bad ending, you get the wife back, but the world kind of ends. So good for you, but bad for basically everyone else, unleashing the horror on the world. Now we have the quote good ending, which I just say complex ending versus easy ending. Because really that's what it is. It's more complicated to complete rather than the one that's more straightforward. So we found and talked to the old mayor at one of the abandoned campsites, which is just his campsites, moving around the map. And then go talk to the lighthouse keeper. The lighthouse keeper says you need to confront the collector, so to speak. I mean, you saw what she said. And now we're going to confront him, and because everything's been a little bit off about the guy right from the beginning. If you've been reading the messages in the bottle, you may have an idea of what's going on. So this guy had always said, I used to be on the sea, but it doesn't get along with me anymore. At one point he said that. And he's very cryptic in what he says and what he does, and he gets very oblique answers. So here we go. Confronting the guy, getting the book, and find out that the collector is really just us, but maybe an evil Mirrorverse version, or maybe it was always us the whole time. I've always said that schizophrenia is a terrible superpower, and that may be the case here. So we went to the collector and we got the book. We go back to the lighthouse keeper and talk to her, and she says, "You've had the book the whole time, don't you remember?" And the way that everything kind of unfolds makes a little bit more sense. People that knew you before all of a sudden are like, yeah? What do you mean I've never met you before? So now the lighthouse keeper says, go back to where it all began and throw the book in. So instead of throwing all the relics, we're going to just throw the book in. And get that complex ending that, a lot of times people call the good ending. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check us out on social media, and thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And we'll see you next time.
テーション